This is the Porsche Taycan Turbo S. And it comes with all the mind-blowing performance stats you'd expect from one of the world's greatest supercar makers. This model comes with a whopping 761 horses. That's 5 times that of a typical family car. Jeez! In fact, this car is so rapid, it'll get from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds. That's quicker than a cheetah. And that's not all. Listen to that. Quiet, isn't it? All that performance and virtually no noise. Now, although I'm not too shabby behind the wheel, an extreme car needs an extreme driver. Fortunately, we know one. Chris Ingram is one of the best around and reigning European rally champion. Chris, welcome back. It's good to see you.
Thank you, man. You too.
Chris is used to our challenges, especially when it comes to Porsches. Last time we filmed with him, we pitted him against an extreme Gadget in the hands of a champion, who managed to beat him. Today, my plan is to pit this all-electric supercar against another all-electric supercar.
Whoa, look at that, eh?
Meet the Serpent, a heavily tuned RC car with 4-wheel drive and over 1,100 watts of power.
You having a laugh?
What?
It's got no chance.
Oh, come on. This is capable of 80 miles per hour, Chris.
Mate, this does double.
You're right, so it does 160, but you're not going to get that out of this. We've got tight turns all over the place. This doesn't need to slow down for those.
That's why you brought me in.
Racing the Serpent today is Nick Damon. He has over 30 years RC experience, so he's handy with a joystick. What are we talking about in terms of horsepower and top speed?
Well, it's got 1.5 horsepower, top speed at 80 miles an hour, and, most importantly, it gets there really, really quickly.
Yes, you heard correctly. The RC car only has 1.5 horsepower. That's around 500 times less than the Porsche. But it also weighs around 500 times less. So when you crunch the numbers, their power-to-weight ratios are almost identical. So it's a race against the clock to find out which car will be fastest around Kerberos Sprint Track, one of the world's fastest electric supercars, or one of the world's fastest electric RC cars. It's time to find out, and the Serpent is first. So we're going up to get a clearer line of sight. OK, in 3, 2, 1, go! The 1,100 watts of power driving through all 4 wheels has got the Serpent off to an impressive start. Very nicely round that. Oh, just brushed it a little bit there. But trying to take the racing line, the full-size Apex knocks Nick's 8th scale car off course.
There it goes.
He recovers quickly, though, and makes his way around the course like a true pro. But as he heads into the final corner, he makes another mistake. You've gone wide. And that will cost him more time. We're now in the straight. Full scream ahead. The Serpent crosses the finish line in a time of 33.07 seconds.
Nah, lost it at that corner up there.
Oh, you're not happy?
No, lost it at that corner. Too wide, too wide.
Chris and the Taycan are up next. And because we've both just tested negative for COVID before today's filming, I'm getting to ride shotgun. Lucky me. Ready to go?
Yeah.
OK, in 3, 2, 1, go! And right from the off, Chris makes light work of that first tricky corner. And when he opens it up, I find out what this beast is really capable of. Now, my plan here was to give you a blow-by-blow account of how this supercar is performing with an expert driving champion at the wheel. It's got carbon ceramic brakes. But being thrashed around on this tight, twisty track at what feels like warp speed makes my job a little bit tricky. But what I will say is this. The Taycan's 560 kilowatts of max power makes for a very impressive lap time. But is it quick enough to beat the Serpent?
Whoa! Moses, what was that car like?
It's so much fun to drive, but more fun being driven around by a pro.
Yeah.
And Chris, who drives rally cars in his sleep, says he's not fazed by production supercars at all. He said this one was an absolute joy. He loved it.
That remote control car was a stunner as well.
Yeah.
I know. I went to a remote control world championship race earlier this year in Milton Keynes, and I was amazed at how fast and involving the racing was.
Anyway, you haven't told us who won.
Oh, yeah. Take a look.
The winner of the Gadget Show RC Car versus Porsche Challenge is... by a whopping 6 seconds, Chris Ingram!
The way you threw the focus, the guy in the radio control car, he just looked gutted in the end.
No, I know, and Nick, I feel really bad for putting you through that, but I do believe the race would have been closer had he perhaps a first-person view, because it was really challenging for him way up high where he was, navigating bends which seemed like, you know, hundreds of metres away.
OK, good bit of film.
Thank you.